Hi friends, I am here with my second lecture on PLC ladder program. In the first lecture we saw what is PLC architecture and PLC block diagram. How does a PLC work in very simple and basic way. Now in second lecture I am going to tell you how to write a code for any given problem. Right, so if you have been provided with any problem and you have to write a PLC ladder program for that, so what things you need to keep in mind. So we will start. The first point is understand the sequence of process. What things needed to be done, what is the input, what is the output and all. Second, identify different sensors and actuators. So identify whether you have to use any local variable, like local variable as I have said earlier, it is a hypothetical variable or component which is actually not in present in real, but it is created by PLC to perform anything, right? Then draw input output allocation table, this in which sensor switches will be input, actuators will be the output as usual. I will show you every point to you. Then the last is after drawing the input output allocation table, then start drawing ladder programming. So this is very important. So if you want to write a code, right, so it is mandatory to write input and output allocation table, because it is going to tell that what inputs and outputs is being used in ladder program. So I will start with a problem on drilling machine. So there is, you can see a drilling machine, right, with a drilling head attached with a motor, and this is drilling bit. There are two limit switch mounted on the machine, a pneumatic cylinder which is placed in such a way that a component will get clamped with this, right, and there is a part detector sensor which is going to sense that there is whether there is a part present over here or not. So we are not going to worry about how this the working principle of these sensors and this clamp and all. We just need to automate this, right, and our final aim is to write a PLC ladder program for the same. Now here we have got three different output. First is normal motor running coil, and the other two outputs are a motor up and down coil, right, which is going to provide motion to the drilling head, right. So this is the input output allocation table. We'll start with, before starting for a program we need a two basic common things. First is start input or start button, second is stop button, right. Then after this see the input output allocation table. So input start, right, and stop, these are the input type of variables, and the address which is provided to this, which we are going to use in our ladder program. So for start, it's, since it is an input, I'll address it with I. So I have written two address, I can use any one of this, right. So I'll be using this one, digital input 1. For stop, digital input 2. Then there is upper limit switch, so limit switch upper, it is also input, digital input 3. Lower limit switch, it is also an input, digital input 4. Then there is a part detector sensor, it will also act as an input to the PLC, right. It is going to sense the object and will give input to the PLC, so it is digital input 5. Then we are going to see what are the different outputs. So this is the first output, pneumatic cylinder. Actually it is a cylinder, but it is operated with a valve, solenoid valve. So actually the output is output to the valve, right. So valve coil. So pneumatic cylinder output, I'll denote it as digital output 1. Then there is a motor which is going to rotate the drilling bit, so it is digital input digital output 2. Then there is one coil which will take the drilling head up, and second coil down. So digital input, digital output 3 and digital output 4 for up motor up and down. Also for running whole problem, so also I have created a local variable, right, that is coil relay, which I am going to use in my ladder program. Now these all 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, these all are global variables. 1, 2 and 3, these are local variables, right? Or maybe this will be local variable. So basically I am going to draw now a PLC ladder program for you. So we'll start. Before drawing ladder diagram, just we'll see how does a ladder program look like. So basically a ladder program is a program which is drawn between two vertical lines, right? And there will be many horizontal lines. After completion you will see it will look like a ladder. So it is called as ladder diagram, that's why, right? Now see here, the left hand side of the program, right, here we are going to use all the inputs, and the right hand side of the ladder we are going to draw all the output. So suppose first, now I've already told you how to draw input and output, right? So this is input, normally open and normally close, output, normally open, normally close. So first we have to draw a digital input, that is a start. See, so digital input 1, start button. I'll also write the name just for you to get better understanding. Now along with this in series I will draw a stop also. Right, and this will be normally close. So when I will give signal to start, whether by push button or anything, it is going to change its nature. It is normally open, but when I will give signal to start button, it will get closed and the current will flow. Similarly, when I will give signal to stop button, it will get open and it will break the current, right? So break the pulse. Then the output will go to my local variable which I have used, which is digital input phi. So I hope now you are going to understand this. This is the input, right? So start button, when I press the or give signal to the start button, the pulse will flow to digital input phi. I beg your pardon, this is basically, this is an output coil relay, right? Sorry for the mistake. So whenever I push a start button, it will get close. I will get an output to a coil relay. It is a local variable, right? Now whenever I am going to release the start button, it will again change back to its original position, which is normally open, and the current will stop flowing. So to make current continuously flow through this coil relay, what I am going to use, I am going to use this coil as an input. Now see carefully. All the output that can be used as an input. Now this is called as latching. Now what happens with latching is, see, initially when I press this button, it will get closed, the pulse will flow through digital output phi, this will energize this coil. This is a coil relay. When this coil will get energized, it will change all its contacts, right? So I have used a normally open contact, it will change to close one, right? And when this will get closed, the pulse, even if I release this start button, the current will flow from here to the coil relay, and the coil relay will get energized continuously. I hope you got this. Then this is called as rung. So we are going to use multiple rung to write a code for all this. Now second rung. So now I have energized this coil relay, a local variable, and I am going to use this coil relay for my program. So this is my digital output phi, a coil relay. Now understand what we need to do first. See, my coil, there is a current or pulse in my coil relay, and my coil relay is continuously energized. The first thing that we need to do is we need to sense if there is an object placed over here or not, right? So the problem is, before starting the machine, this part detector will sense. Suppose there is an object placed over here, it is going to sense, and what first thing that it is going to do is it is going to give signal to this solenoid valve so that the pneumatic cylinder will clamp the object, right? So with coil relay, I'll give current to my part detector. My part detector is a digital input device for contact. So digital input phi detector. With this, I'll give current to solenoid valve, right? So pneumatic cylinder, I'll write in short as a pneumatic, and the code for this pneumatic address is digital output 01. Now I have left some space over here, I'll let you know what is this. Now this is the first operation. So whenever there is a part placed over here, right, it is going to clamp. Second thing, with this sensor I have to give current to the motor so that motor start rotating, right? So second would be motor is digital output 2, right? Guys, now I have given power to this motor, right, and this motor will get energized when a part detector is going to sense the object. So with part detector there is pulse flowing to these two branches. Now before starting the motor, I want one more condition, and that condition is this limit switch should be in hit position. That means this drilling head should be in its original position, राइट मतलब ये जो ड्रिलिंग हेड है ये अपने ओरिजिनल पोजीशन पे होना चाहिए तभी मोटर शुरू हो. सो मैं यहाँ पे एक और कंडीशन या क्लॉज लगाऊंगा, और वो क्लॉज होगा कि मेरा जो अपर लिमिट स्विच है वो अगर हिट होगा, उसका इनिशियल कंडीशन देखिए क्या है, हिट है इस केस में, तो हिट है तो वो क्लोज रहेगा. तो अगर वो क्लोज है तभी मोटर को करंट जाएगा और क्लैम्प को भी जाएगा, राइट. तो ड्रिलिंग हेड अपने ओरिजिनल पोजीशन पे होगा तभी न्यूमेटिक क्लैम्प करेगा, डिटेक्टर सेंस करेगा, अपर लिमिट स्विच हिट है इनिशियली, तभी इन दोनों ब्रांचेस को करंट जाएंगे. अब देखिए, नाउ मोटर इज स्टार्टेड. नाउ व्हाट आई नीड इज मोटर डाउन coil, right? So I need to give current to the motor down, which is digital output 4, motor down, right? अब मोटर डाउन तो कंडीशन देख लेते हैं. अगर मोटर डाउन होना शुरू हो गया तो ये अपर लिमिट अनहिट हो जाएगा, लिमिट स्विच. अगर ये अनहिट हो गया तो ये ओपन हो जाएगा. अगर ये ओपन हो गया तो तीनों ब्रांच बंद हो जाएंगे. तब क्या करना है मुझे, तो मैं यहाँ पे इस मोटर को एज एन इनपुट लूँगा और इसको लैच कर दूंगा मेरे अपर लिमिट स्विच से. क्यों लैच करें देखते हैं. देखिए अब क्या होगा. अब पार्ट डिटेक्टर तो सेंस करते रहेगा ऑब्जेक्ट प्लेस है, क्लैम्प हो गया है, राइट. इन तीनों को शुरू हो गया क्योंकि अपर लिमिट स्विच हिट था. जैसे ही कॉइल करंट गया मेरे मोटर डाउन कॉइल को, तो मोटर नीचे आना शुरू हो गया. मोटर नीचे आना शुरू हो गया तो इमीडिएटली एट दैट पॉइंट क्या होगा, अपर लिमिट स्विच अनहिट हो जाएगा, लेकिन मेरा जो मोटर था वो तो कंटिन्यूसली चालू है. अगर वो चालू है तो उसका कॉन्टैक्ट क्लोज हो जाएगा. सो मैंने यहाँ पे इस कॉन्टैक्ट को लैच कर दिया पैरेलली. अब क्या होगा कि अगर ये ओपन भी हो जाता है तो ये क्लोज है, तो करंट यहाँ से कंटिन्यूसली ये तीनों ब्रांचेस में फ्लो होगा. डिड यू गॉट दिस? ओके, नाउ वेरी सिंपल, जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड. इसके बाद अब ये मोटर डाउन होना शुरू हो जाएगा. कब तक मोटर डाउन कॉइल को चालू रखना है, जब तक ये लोअर लिमिट स्विच हिट होता है, राइट। सो वेन एवर ये लोअर लिमिट स्विच हिट हो जाता है, इमीडिएटली मुझे मोटर डाउन को बंद करना है। तो मैं यहाँ पे क्या करूँगा, यहाँ पे मैं एक लोअर लिमिट स्विच का क्लोज कॉन्टैक्ट यूज़ करूँगा। क्लोज कॉन्टैक्ट क्यों यूज़ करते हैं, ओपन क्यों यूज़ करते हैं, अब इसको समझ लीजिए। जहाँ पे भी मुझे करंट को ब्रेक करना है या फिर बचाना है कि वहाँ पे करंट ना जाए, तो वहाँ पे मैं हमेशा क्लोज कॉन्टैक्ट यूज़ करूँगा। अब देखिए मुझे क्या करना है, मोटर डाउन जो है, ठीक है, इसको मुझे बंद करना है। कब बंद करना है, जब लोअर लिमिट स्विच हिट होता है। तो मैंने लोअर लिमिट का क्लोज कॉन्टैक्ट यूज़ कर लिया है। जैसे ही वो लोअर लिमिट स्विच हिट होगा, ये ओपन हो जाएगा, मोटर डाउन बंद हो जाएगा। करेक्ट, ओके। अब हम लोग आते हैं रंग 3 में। ओके, नाउ रंग 3 इज कि अब ड्रिलिंग तो हो गया, राइट, लोअर लिमिट स्विच हिट हो गया। सो रंग 3 का मेन पर्पस ये रहेगा कि वी हैव कंप्लीटेड आवर मोटर डाउन ऑपरेशन, राइट, मतलब ड्रिलिंग ऑपरेशन हो गया। अब मुझे जैसे लोअर लिमिट स्विच हिट होता है, मुझे मोटर अप को शुरू करना है, राइट। तो मैंने क्या किया है, सबसे पहले मैं वही मेरे कॉइल रिले को या तो यूज़ कर सकता हूँ, या तो मैं लोअर लिमिट स्विच को यूज़ कर सकता हूँ। तो जैसे लोअर लिमिट स्विच हिट होता है, दैट मीन्स उसका ओपन कॉन्टैक्ट यूज़ किया मैंने यहाँ पे। देखिए अभी मुझे यहाँ पे करंट को फ्लो करना है, राइट। तो मैं ओपन कॉन्टैक्ट यूज़ कर रहा हूँ। जैसे लोअर लिमिट स्विच हिट होता है, ये क्लोज हो जाएगा, ये क्लोज हो जाएगा, तो करंट जाएगा कॉइल को, कौन से कॉइल को, डिजिटल आउटपुट 3C, विच इज़ मोटर अप। अब मैंने क्यों जगह छोड़ा है यहाँ पे, देखिए अब मोटर अप शुरू हो गया, पर मोटर अप कहाँ तक करना है, जब तक अपर लिमिट स्विच हिट होता है। तो अपर लिमिट स्विच का मैंने यहाँ पे एक क्लोज कॉन्टैक्ट यूज़ करना है। सो क्या होगा, वेन एवर लोअर लिमिट स्विच हिट होगा, ये क्लोज होगा, ये ऑलरेडी क्लोज है, नॉर्मली क्लोज। सो करंट जाएगा मोटर अप को, मोटर अप होना शुरू हो जाएगा, करेक्ट। जैसे ही अपर लिमिट स्विच हिट होता है, ये ओपन हो जाएगा, मोटर अप बंद हो जाएगा। अब यहाँ पे ध्यान दीजिए, ये मोटर अब जब शुरू होगा तो लोअर लिमिट स्विच हिट होगा, उसके बाद शुरू होगा। जैसे ही मोटर अप शुरू हुआ, ये वापस से अनहिट हो जाएगा, ये अनहिट हो जाएगा, तो ये ओपन हो जाएगा और मोटर अप बंद हो जाएगा। तो मुझे मोटर अप को कंटिन्यूसली ऑन रखना है। तो इस केस में मैं क्या करूँगा, मैं जो मेरा लोअर लिमिट स्विच है, इसको मैं लैच करूँगा मेरे मोटर अप कॉइल के साथ, एंड दिस विल बी डिजिटल आउटपुट 3, right, and the whole purpose of this, if you see, क्या है, एक स्टॉप बटन का, कि स्टॉप बटन जब भी प्रेस करता हूँ मैं, ये बंद हो जाएगा, ये बंद होगा, तो ये पूरा का पूरा मोटर हो गया, न्यूमेटिक क्लैंप हो गया, मोटर अप डाउन कॉइल, ये सारे बंद हो जाएंगे विद my stop button, because this stop button is connected to a local variable coil relay, and coil relay has been used over here, right. So thank you very much for listening this or viewing this video. I hope if you have any doubt in this video, you can comment on the comment section and let me know, so that I can clear your doubts. This is a very basic problem that I have seen. I have make a video. Now in the next video, I'll be taking a pretty difficult problem. Thank you very much.